abundance in our fellowship. This is a place we all belong. We place our trust in this great holiness. This is a moment come along. We are gathering in song, welcoming the oneness, opening the doors of spirit wide. We are walking into light, starting out together on a journey through the miracles inside. There is a promise in our thankfulness. We know that when we seek, we find. We place our trust in this great holiness. This sacred space is yours and mine, 'cause we are gathering in song, welcoming the oneness, opening the doors of spirit wide. We are walking into light, starting out together on a journey through the miracles inside. We are gathering in song, welcoming the oneness, opening the doors of spirit wide. We are walking into light, starting out together on a journey through the miracles inside. We are gathering in song, welcoming the oneness, opening the doors of spirit wide. We are gathering into light, starting out together on a journey through the miracles inside. On a journey through the miracles inside. Not afraid, for I am with you always. Be not afraid, for I am always with you. Be not afraid, forever and always I am with you. Be not afraid. Be not afraid, for I am with you always. Be not afraid, for I am always with you. Be not afraid, forever and always I am with you. Be not afraid. Be not afraid, for I am with you always. Be not afraid, for I am always with you. Be not afraid, forever and always I am with you. Be not afraid. I'm not afraid, for you are with me always. I'm not afraid, for you are always with me. I'm not afraid, forever and always you are with me. Be not afraid. I'm not afraid, for you are with me always. I'm not afraid, for you are always with me. Be not afraid, forever and always you are with me. I'm not afraid. I am with you, be not afraid. You are with me, I'm not afraid.
Thank you, Chris. Good morning. My name is Irina, and it is my blessing to welcome you to our Unity of the Key Sunday celebration today in person and live stream on Facebook, YouTube, and Zoom. We know that there is no separation in God. We feel our spiritual connection with you now and always. We are one in the divine. We have a wonderful service planned for you this morning as we welcome Reverend Debra Thomas via Zoom from her home in Hot Springs, Arkansas. This is her last lesson with us as she's taken the month of September off after the Empower Music Festival. Reverend Debra will be with us in person for most of the month in October. Reverend Debra has an interesting lesson planned for us for today. You know how when someone asks, what is unity? The answer can be hard to put into words. Today, Reverend Debra is going to give us a clear, concise response to that question. Actually, several responses, and you get to choose the one that works for you. In addition to Chris Price, we will also have Phil singing with us today. And Terry Amadio, a longtime beloved member of Unity and a member of our prayer team, who is currently serving on the Board of Trustees, will present the daily word. If you know someone who might be interested in joining our tech team to run the slideshow on Sundays, please have them contact us. This is a fun position and there's room to grow into other tech roles over time. Game night has been a fun gathering the last couple of weeks. This past Wednesday, a large group played Mexican Train. However, this coming Wednesday, September 2nd, because many people are out of town, we are cancelling game night this week. We will resume the following Wednesday, September 9th. So please add it to your calendar to enjoy an evening of fun. The Unity World Day of Prayer is almost here. Make plans to join Unity online for the opening ceremony on Wednesday, September 9th at 8 p.m. to immerse yourself in prayer, music, and contemplation. Our prayer chaplains may meet with you at our sanctuary after game night so we can log in and attend the ceremony and pray together. This year's theme is Love is Alive. You can access World Day of Prayer events live online via Zoom. Registration is free and requires only your email address. You may also go online to unity.org World Day of Prayer page to submit prayer requests for this event. Reverend Debra has been lovingly submitting the current requests from our prayer box to the Unity World Day of Prayer team. Tomorrow, Reverend Debra, along with Chris, Phil, Kathy, and Nancy Mishka, will be off to the 21st Annual Empower Music Conference at Unity Village. This annual multi-day gathering highlights positive and inspirational music and features live concerts, music awards, and songwriting workshops. Let's bless them as they prepare for their fun week. Please come up here for a blessing, and we will also be blessing Reverend Debra and Nancy who are with us via Zoom. All right, guys, let's bless them together. We love you, we bless you, we appreciate you, and we behold the Christ as you. Have a wonderful Empower Music week, and we look forward to hearing about your time there. Don't forget to check out the back table, our weekly Unity Spotlight, our website, and the weekly email blasts to keep up on all of our fun gatherings. Now is a great time to remind you to turn off your cell phone and or mute your microphone if you're on Zoom, please.
Thank you, guys. Thank you very much. Ooh, no, I'm sinking. So we are going to do a Richard McDeesey song. Richard actually is one of the original founders of the Empower Music Conference, and he is one of the kind of foremost writers of what the Empower Music Conference is essentially positive music. If you weren't aware, it's positive music based in New Thought, the principle of New Thought. Richard McDeesey is one of the kind of foremost New Thought musical writers and artists. He's been here before. He moved to France, so we'll probably not see him again for a while. He's really enjoying it over there. But this song is called God Is, and it is a up-tempo version of our Unity Prayer for Protection. So. In the morning when I rise, and before I close my eyes, anytime I'm in despair, I just speak this little prayer. God's light surrounds me, God's love enfolds me, God's power protects me. The presence of God watches over me. Wherever I am, God is. When the cold wind starts to blow and they beat up on your door, every night will have its dawn. Hold this thought as you hold on. God's light surrounds me, God's love enfolds me, God's power protects me. The presence of God watches over me. Wherever I am, God is. We all hear the Spirit call. It's a small world after all, bound together in and through this one common simple truth. God's light surrounds me, God's love enfolds us, God's power protects us. The presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is. God's light surrounds us, God's love enfolds us. The power protects us. The presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is.
We invite our usher to bring forward our prayer box. You may submit your prayer requests on the blue forms found in the seat bags and on the usher's credenza and put them in the prayer box. You may also send your prayer requests by email to church@unityofthekeys.org. Please remain seated for our opening prayer led by Reverend Debray.
Thank you, Irina. And thank you, Chris and Phil, for that beautiful affirmation or prayer for protection to take us into the space of our hearts for our opening prayer. And so let's breathe into that heart space right now. We breathe in with gratitude for answered prayers. We have our Gary Eck back with us today after his adventure in Miami. And we recognize that there are many, many answered prayers, many of which we are aware, many of which we are unaware. And so with our hearts open, we say, thank you, precious Spirit. Thank you for the awareness of the divine here, right here in our hearts, and within the hearts of all, right here in this sanctuary, and wherever and everywhere we are. Thank you. Thank you for the awareness of the power of prayer that we can hold within our hearts and lift to the light all those that we have concerns for, our family, our friends, our world, ourselves, things that are happening within our world, our brothers and sisters in Nepal and Tibet, areas that are war-torn, wherever there is conflict, wherever there is hunger, wherever there is yearning for safety. We know there is power in prayer. And so as Irina now reads aloud the names of those that are on our prayer list, I invite you to softly murmur out loud, to repeat the names as she shares them, to add your own prayers to this beautiful murmur of love.
John, Jake, Sasha, Dolly, Mo, Shell, Barbara, the Barr family, Seth, Michelle, Eleni, Tanya, Emmy, Trisha, Sydney, Sin, Stephanie, Sharon, and Gary.
We lift these names and the names that are on our hearts. We lift them to the light, release them for the divine unfoldment. We let go of our attachments to the outcome and feel lighter and brighter and more filled with divine awareness as we trust in spirit. As together we say, and so it is, and so it is. Amen.
Please now stand for a moment as you are able, where you are. Let us have a moment of namaste. Namaste means I salute the divinity in you. So let's acknowledge each other with a symbol of love. Please know also that there are many online, Zoom, Facebook, and YouTube, who are all connected with each of us here. Let's say hi to our online folks. You can nod namaste or wave at the screen if you'd like. You may be seated now. To anyone visiting us for the first time today, welcome. You may pick up a visitor's packet and chalet necklace from one of our ushers after the service if you haven't received one on our way in. Thank you for joining us this morning. You truly honor us with your presence. And to everyone else, welcome also. It's wonderful to see you and to be together. Unity is a worldwide spiritual movement dedicated to the ongoing awareness of the Spirit within all. We invite you to consider what you hear today, embrace what may work for you, and release the rest. We honor all names for God and all pathways to God. Please join me now for our affirmations. Join me in saying the Unity mission statement together. Unity of the Keys is a spiritual community celebrating our oneness with God. Our vision statement together. We see humanity awake to its divinity, fully experiencing love, peace, and abundance. We speak together the affirmation for the unity power of will together. Divine will moves all of my spiritual attributes into expression. I claim my power of will and lead with spirit. And lastly, please join me for our statement of being together. There is only one presence and one power as the universe and as my life, God the good, omnipotent. We now invite Terry to share the daily word.
Sunday, August 30th, 2026. Let go and let God. I imagine wonderful new possibilities when I let go and let God. There were times when I wanted something so desperately that when it didn't happen, I sank into bitter disappointment. I told myself stories that left me stuck and resentful. It wasn't fair. It was a mistake. I missed my last chance. I've come to look at those episodes in a different way. Now, when faced with an unwelcome outcome, I resist self-pity and let go and let God. I release my rigid expectations and use my imagination to envision all kinds of possibilities. Freed of the need to control, I trust divine order and divine timing. Letting go and letting God is my way of living my faith, welcoming grace and believing the best and highest outcomes are unfolding. I let go and let God and know peace upon my eyes so that I may behold wondrous things out of your law. That's Psalm 119:18. Now let us recite the affirmation, let go and let God, together. I imagine wonderful possibilities when let go and let God.
In reverence to the Lord's Prayer, we will now recite the Charles Fillmore invocation. Please stand as you are able. Together. I am now in the presence of pure being and immersed in the Holy Spirit of life, love, and wisdom. I acknowledge thy presence and power, O blessed Spirit. In thy divine wisdom, I now erase my mortal limitations, and from thy pure substance of love, the love that I am, I bring into manifestation my world according to thy perfect law. You may be seated as we welcome Reverend Avery for her lesson.
Thank you so much, Irina, and our music team, and Terry, for bringing us to this place in our service. So I know y'all are excited about this one. What is unity? Who are we? Because it's something that we find ourselves struggling with, being able to convey with clarity. And I found myself years ago, when attempting to explain unity to someone who wasn't familiar with us, really stating more about what we don't believe than emphasizing what we do. Well, there's no devil, no hell in heaven, except for what we create here on earth. We don't believe in original sin or the need for salvation. We look at the Bible metaphysically, not literally. That's a mouthful. That's a lot. And I need to say, you can believe in any of these things or none of these things. They are not part of Unity's foundational beliefs, but they most certainly can be part of yours. These "we don't believe" statements are off-putting to most people hearing them, as they go against the essential teachings of most, if not all, of mainstream Christianity. So this morning, we will be exploring true unity elevator speeches, that 30 to 60-second summary of who and what we are with clarity and with power. So to begin, history is always a great place to start. So the Buddha wasn't a Buddhist, he was a Hindu. And Jesus wasn't a Christian, he was a Jew. And as he moved into his ministry, his teachings, which expanded only over 3 years, if we're to use the Bible as a resource, he did not throw away his Hebrew heritage. He did not dismiss, push away, or deny the teachings of the Jewish faith traditions. Jesus used them as a guide, as a measure, and applied them to his life, his experience, the God of his understanding. He made the decisions to accept, adapt, or replace those teachings with what was his personal experience, his connection with the divine. And that is the invitation for each one of us to not simply accept or adopt someone else's teaching or someone else's understanding, but to take that within, to apply that to our own understanding of the divine, of God, of light, of love, of universe, and to adapt or expand whatever those teachings might be so they truly reflect our beliefs. So there's a phrasing within the Bible, "You have heard it said, ... but I say to you." That's a famous teaching formula that is used 6 times by Jesus in the Sermon on the Mount, which is found in the Gospel of Matthew. He was referring to the Torah, the sacred teachings of the Jews. So when he explained, "You have heard it said," he meant what the Hebrew teachings said, and then continuing with, "But I say to you," expanding upon his understanding. Now, historians often state that Jesus used this contrast to correct surface level rules and show his direct divine authority. I stray from that explanation because my vision of Jesus as this gentle teacher does not concern himself with justifying his authority. If he mentions it at all, it's as a side note, emphasizing what is possible for all of humanity. I do this, and you can do this, and more. His desire was to teach us through his examples, through his life, much more than through his words, of which we can only hope to capture a glimpse. He was inviting people to expand upon their Jewish teachings, to take another step, to go deeper, to stretch further beyond their level of comfort or current understanding, to move beyond the rule against murder to address inner anger, to move beyond the rule against adultery to address our thoughts, promoting total honesty instead of relying on sworn promises, replacing an eye for an eye with turning the other cheek, and most importantly, to move from loving our neighbors to loving our enemies. Remember, at this time in history, the Israelites, the Hebrews, were surrounded by who they would call enemies, the Roman occupation of their lands. This was truly a radical teaching. So Jesus wasn't throwing his Jewish heritage away. He was taking another step. And this is a beautiful teaching for us. No one needs to be wrong. No faith tradition needs to be rejected out of hand. No one else's beliefs are less than. Spiritual tools are spiritual resources, regardless of the faith tradition that gave birth to them. Now, our co-founders of the Unity Movement, Myrtle and Charles Fillmore, never intended to create a separate religion or denomination. They held their lectures in the afternoons or the evenings, fully expecting people to continue to attend the religious center of their choice. Their teachings were meant to expand upon someone's already held and cherished beliefs. Now, they were Jesus people for sure. They were knowledgeable of Bible stories, and they embraced the persona of Jesus as a friend and a teacher. They also reveled in the new spiritual perspectives introduced to them at the very first Parliament of the World's Religions, although it wasn't called that yet, in Chicago in 1893. Now remember, if we are all one and we are all of one mind, these teachings were affecting our entire planet. It marked the first formal gathering of Eastern and Western spiritual traditions. Daily crowds of 4,000 or more gathered to listen to Hindus and Buddhists. They learned about Jainism and Islam. There were representatives there from Judaism, Zoroastrianism, Taoism, Confucianism, Shinto, and various Christian denominations were present. Not mainstream Christianity, but others. This gathering is recognized as the birth of the modern interfaith movement. The West, that's us, we were exposed to spiritual practices such as yoga and meditation and mantras. These were new to us. It opened the minds and the eyes and the hearts of all those who experienced any part of this gathering. And our founders, the Fillmores, were there, recognizing the essential truths in other faith traditions, basking in and appreciating all the religions of the world. It was a true awakening, an awakening for all those not fraught in fear, an awakening for everyone willing to quiet their egos and consider a different perspective, an awakening for anyone not desperately clinging to what they had been taught by preachers or priests, as wrong or uncomfortable as those teachings might have felt. And you might remember that Myrtle Fillmore, even as a child, had a problem reconciling what she was hearing in the strict Methodist church that her family attended and the joy-filled love in her heart. She moved forward in life willing to shift, growing in her spirituality, not being hindered or restricted by religious teachings. Instead, trusting her personal relationship with the God of her understanding. And Charles Fillmore, with his more eclectic religious background, also had an open mind to considering the spiritual truths found in all religions. So what is unity? It is a positive, practical, and inclusive spiritual movement. It is historically Christian, and it is spiritually inclusive by nature and by practice. The unity teachings bring together ancient wisdom from many faith traditions. We teach that God is good and everywhere present, that all people have within them the essence of divinity, and that our thoughts and prayers shape our experiences in life. We see Jesus as a great teacher and an example from whom to learn. We are like first century Christians, the ones known as the followers of the way. They were not concerned with rules or dogmas, but followed the teachings of the one they knew as Jesus. Radical teachings based on love and peace and acceptance. Our focus is on personal spiritual growth. Unity is a global, inclusive community. We offer practical, uplifting resources to help people of all faiths apply positive spiritual principles in their lives. And we have our 5 basic unity principles as the guidance for living abundantly and staying in tune with our own divine nature. The first one, God is good and everywhere, always present. 2, every human being is inherently good and possesses within them the divine essence. 3, our thoughts have creative power and influence how we experience the world. 4, prayer and meditation remind us of our connection and align us to our own spiritual nature and to God. And 5, it is not enough to understand spiritual teachings. We must apply them to our lives and then live them out loud. We are focused on love, love for one another, love for those we might see as the other, love for ourselves. We recognize our interconnection with the world, that we are all part of one light, one life, one love. And we delight in the successes of our fellow human beings. We celebrate one another. We do not fear what is different. We work to put our egos aside and to not live from fear, but from love. Unity accepts people where they are and invites them to look at what might not be working in their lives, offering spiritual tools, which might be tried or not. It is, after all, simply an invitation to improve their lives. Tools like practicing forgiveness, tools like expressing gratitude, tools to move us from wherever we might be on our spiritual path to the next step, and honoring one another's various paths. We say that we accept all paths to God and all names for God. Our spiritual center serves as a spiritual playground, a safe space to be vulnerable enough to change our thoughts, to try something new, to grow, to mature spiritually, and to support one another on the way. Our members are committed to their own spiritual growth, and we do this through these steps. We wake up to the awareness of the divine. We grow up. We practice various tools that help us grow. We show up. We come together to support one another, to learn, to pray, to play. And we serve. We give of ourselves to the greater good. We say it each week. Unity is a spiritual movement, worldwide spiritual movement, dedicated to the ongoing awareness of the spirit within all. And what do we say about our vision? A community that we are is dedicated to seeing humanity awake to its divinity, fully experiencing love, peace, and abundance. I'm here to love you, not to change you. Only you can do that, should you choose to do so. I'm here to love you and to invite you to continue growing spiritually. I'm here to offer you insights and suggestions and tools and hopefully inspiration through attending Sunday services, through doing something you might at first be uncomfortable with, like ushering or presenting the daily word, serving as a platform leader, leading a meditation. By following through with whatever love work might be suggested at the end of the lesson, many of them have them, such as journaling, repeating affirmations, meditating regularly, trying something that might be uncomfortable at first. But willingness is the first step. It isn't about perfection. It is about progress, making consistent decisions to change our way of thinking, to improve our lives and the lives of those around us. Unity offers no dogma, no creed. You don't have to memorize anything. You don't have to pass a test. You do not have to give up your allegiance to or attendance at any other religious organization. Your desire to be part of this community is the only qualifier. Now, there are many ISTS, I-S-T-S, describing people following different religious beliefs, Taoist, Buddhist, Shintoist. Today, I'm going to describe omnist, and we have a slide. An omnist is a person who believes that all religions contain truths and that no single religion holds a monopoly on spiritual wisdom. An omnist may draw from multiple faiths or traditions, seeing them as different paths towards understanding the divine, the universe, or one's true self. Omnism is not a religion itself, but a perspective of inclusivity, spiritual curiosity, and unity. It might be one way to define what unity is. Thank you. How you describe unity is more about what is important to you than how we as a movement describe ourselves. And only embrace what is truly your belief. Now, I might say, and this is my 40 seconds of elevator speech, unity teachings follow with those of first century Christians without prescribing to creeds or dogma. We embrace spiritual practices which reflect those teachings, practices such as prayer and meditation, forgiveness and gratitude, inclusivity, compassion, and love. We recognize the divine essence within all beings and remember all people are essentially good and one with God. And to have that knowing reflected in our thoughts, words, and actions, to live our love out loud. 40 seconds. Now you might notice I didn't use the name Jesus, although first century Christians, of course, were followers of the one that we know as Jesus. That was not done intentionally. But as I read my description back to myself while meditating this past week, I recognized the benefit of this. For Jesus has been misinterpreted. Using the name Jesus has been so harmful to much of humanity, using Jesus to judge, to justify anger or force views. And that alienates people who actually value the messages of love and kindness taught by Jesus. Now, many of you are familiar with Karen Taylor Good. She used to visit us quite often, singer, songwriter. And she has a song that's not found on her music compilations. It's called the Jesus Club. Now that sounds nice, doesn't it? It isn't. The song describes some of what it was like growing up Jewish and having the name Jesus used as a club, as a weapon against her as a little girl. It is wise to be sensitive to this point, for it is true for many. So once you have come up with your 30 to 60 second elevator speech about unity, there may be follow-up questions. Well, what about the devil? Unity believes in one presence and one power, God the good. So it's not possible for us to believe in a separate and equal power of evil. Now, humans are both 100% human and 100% divine. When we forget our connection with God, with our divinity, and fall into our most base human fears of survival, much evil can be and has been done. The devil didn't make them do it. Humans are not evil. They have a choice to draw from their humanity or to draw from their divine essence. Well, what about sin? We see sin as meaning missing the mark. And as we grow and mature, we often miss the mark because we're learning and growing. But we learn from our choices and choose more wisely and lovingly next time. Unity does not believe in original sin, but instead that we are born blessed, whole, and complete. What about salvation? Salvation is a human construct. since we are not born sinners, since God is not a separate entity that metes out forgiveness when beseeched, there's nothing to be saved from. Forgiveness practices are powerful spiritual tools and ones that unity consistently promotes. Now, what about the Bible? Unity embraces the Bible as a beautiful, sacred compilation of stories meant as moral and spiritual lessons, not taken literally, never intended to be taken literally, but metaphysically, thereby being applicable to our lives today, much more meaningful. So how you describe unity is how you experience unity. I'm not telling you what you should or shouldn't say. I'm simply offering options. You'll find several of them noted in the spotlight this week. Try them out. Practice the ones that speak to your heart, that reflects your understanding, your personal belief system. Adapt them to fit you and what unity means to you. We are unity. You are unity. And together, we make a difference in this world. And so it is. And so it is. Chris will now lead us into our hearts with a song from Daniel Nahmad. And then Irina will lead us deeper into meditation.
Bring it on, everything new, everything different, everything true. I am ready for my next thing to do. Oh, I know it's gonna be everything new. I'm through crying, I'm through waiting, I'm through hoping against all hope. I'm through longing for something gone that'll never return. I think I finally learned to bring it on. Everything new, everything different, everything true. I am ready for my next thing to do. Oh, I know it's gonna be everything new. I'm through grieving, I'm through dreaming that the life I had is ever coming back. No more wishing on someone else's star that'll never be mine. I think it's time to bring it on. Everything new, everything different, everything true. I am ready for my next thing to do. Oh,
We rest in this now moment, gifting ourselves with this precious time. Our hands comfortable however they're resting, closing our outer eyes or gazing with soft eyes before us. Breathing in and breathing out. Everything new, everything different, everything true. Allow the words I speak to be speaking from your own heart, and simply let fall away any words that do not feel true for you. I am ready. I am capable. I am strong. I am ready and fully prepared to be who I came here to be. No one needs to define me. I am not held back. I am not restricted by any belief from my past. I know in my heart what my relationship with God, with universal love, with divine life, with all that is. I know what this looks like, what this feels like, without confirmation or approval of anyone else, without being contained or boxed in by the definitions of society. My relationship with the divine is personal and powerful. It needs no justification. I am ready for everything new. The new me being discovered, being revealed every hour, every moment. I carry this knowing into the silence, into the silence. I am ready for everything new, everything brilliantly and perfectly, authentically me. I breathe this knowing in. One more time. Envisioning it imprinted upon my heart. I now open my eyes, feeling refreshed by my turning within. And so it is. And so it is. Thank you to everyone who contributes their time and talents to our Sunday celebration. A special thank you to Reverend Avery for her guidance in how to describe this remarkable unity movement. Thank you to our music team, Chris and Phil, to our daily word reader, Terry, to our ushers, Terry and Robin, to our wonderful tech team, Finby, Kevin, and Gary, to Shen for assisting us in the sanctuary, and thank you, Robin, for providing our hospitality refreshments. Everyone is welcome to stay after service to join us for coffee and snacks. We are always happy to share good news with our Unity community. You may notice that the AC is still not working. Additional parts were required and have been ordered. And our repair bill has tripled. The original bill was over $2,000. However, someone remembered that a part might be covered by warranty, and it was. The repair bill was reduced to $1,050. With the additional parts, we are back up to $3,000. The good news? We are able to cover that bill. We are prosperous because of your generosity and joy in giving. Will our usher please come forward? We would like to take a moment now to express our gratitude to all those who so generously share their abundance with Unity of the Keys. Please note that your gifts are very much appreciated, and through them we continue to thrive and offer our spiritual understanding to the world. For those of you who would like to contribute electronically, there is a QR code on the back of the spotlight. You may donate there via Venmo, PayPal, or credit card through our secure website link. Thank you. For just a moment, hold your gift to your heart or visualize your electronic gift. Bless this with your most generous love, feel abundance, and know God as our one source. Know that as we give, we do receive. Join me in our offering blessing. Together. Divine love flowing through me blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive.
It's a beautiful start to a brand new morning. Then out of the blue, without warning, I let a little thing like a gnat in my teeth steal away my sanity. In the midst of it all, when I stumble and fall, I know I'm gonna be okay. Start to feel the beat, I get back on my feet, and then I dance away. Taking back my day, taking back my day. Standing in my shoes, I know what to do. Taking back my day. Just a slight adjustment is really all it takes. See the big picture instead of all the mistakes. And I just smile at the things on my list. Can't stay inside on a day like this. In the midst midst of it all, when I stumble and fall, I know I'm gonna be okay. Start to feel the beat, then get back on my feet, and I dance away. Taking back my day, taking back my day. Standing in my shoes, I know what to do. Taking back my day. In the midst of it all, when I stumble and fall, I know I'm gonna be okay. Start to feel the beat, I get back on my feet, and I dance away. Taking back my day, taking back my day. Standing in my shoes, I know what to do. Taking back my day.
We gratefully accept and we bless this offering, knowing it supports our beloved unity of the Keys and the Unity Mission, and blesses our community of Key West. Please join me together. Thank you, God, for limitless abundance, the nature of the world. I trust in God. Amen. Unity of the Keys not only teaches tithing, we practice tithing. We tithe, that is 10% of our income each week, and we fully support each person on their own path of intentional giving. This week, we're tithing $88.72 to the Southeast Unity region. The Southeast region is a subgroup of Unity and works to support the ministers and ministries in the southeastern part of the United States. We are happy to bless them with our gift this month. Next Sunday, we welcome special guest JT Thompson to share some wisdom with us. JT is a 47-year resident of Key West and the founder of One Human Family. His lesson next Sunday is called Simple Ways Energy Can Change the World. Together with JT, we'll explore how your energy field may shape how the world around you responds. And now let's bring in Lee and our children with a song.
We are walking as the light, as the light, as the light. We are walking as the light of God. As the light, 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 as the light of God.
Morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Ari and I had a really nice morning this morning, I think. We talked a lot and read a little bit of a book about gratefulness, and it was about gratefulness this morning. There's a lot to be grateful for, huh? Yeah.
Let's bless the children together. Children of light, we bless you. We see you loved, guided, and protected by God's presence. Our prayer chaplains who are in service today will stand or wait so folks can find you. If you are seeking one-on-one prayer after service, you're welcome to meet with our prayer chaplains. Perhaps you have a heart overflowing with joy or a concern you would like to have held for you. Deborah Butler is also available online for anyone attending via Zoom for prayer, or you may connect with her in the prayer room. Let us stand for our peace song and prayer for protection.
Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be, with
Avery, you knocked it out of the saddle. Nice job.
Thank you, Paige.
Thank you for your insights. That was beautiful.
Oh, you're welcome. I want to be sure to say I saw Marla come in, say hello to her, and Joe and Paula are on there, and Nisa. Oh, I think I missed Jane earlier, and Suzanne. Hello to everyone.
Paige, I sent my phone number in the chat on this group. You could text